Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to make a couple modifications to this HatchingTime quail cage. And it's mainly to the water. So again, I live in an area where it's really, really cold, and I'm just really concerned. My garage isn't heated. I know that these pipes are going to freeze and they'll eventually crack. The water tank will eventually freeze and crack as well. I could run heat lamps on there, but I don't really want to. So I'm going to do two things on here that I think will really help, and they won't be as bad as like running a heat lamp. So the first thing I want to do is for the water tank itself. What I'm going to do is use a seed starting mat to put under this. And you can buy these anywhere. Big box stores always sell them. Amazon sells them. It's a 10-inch by 20 3/4 seed starting mat. And I'm going to just put it underneath it. And let it sit right there. That'll keep the lower surface. Let me get that there. This will keep the lower surface, what is it, 98 degrees, something like that. I think these seed starting mats are somewhere around there. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're somewhere in that realm. So I can plug that in. It'll keep the water warm. Won't really have to worry about it as a fire hazard. These seed starting mats, you know, they're not too big of a concern. The other thing I want to do is the white plastic pipes that run through here, through each section. I'm going to add I got some heating cable for water lines, and this is a 21 to 25 foot. So I should at least be able to get the two sections that I'm going to be using covered. So it's got your plug here, and then it's got the temperature sensor here that you put on your water line, and that's supposed to, you know, tell the temperature, whatever. But then you have the black part is what heats up. So I'm just going to run this down through and kind of serpentine it around these water lines, and use that to keep it warm and from freezing. I'm not saying that this is going to be 100% effective. I'm hoping it's enough to keep these nipples and the white plastic pipe that it comes with from freezing and cracking is my biggest concern. If I have to run a heat lamp around to give it some warmth, I'll do that, but I'm hoping that it's a much easier fix than that. So what I'm going to do, these water lines, they run into the sides here. So I'm going to feed this through here. I'll make a couple wraps around the white plastic pipe through here, and then I'll run it out the other side, and I'll just go straight down to the next side, serpentine it back to this side, and then straight down again. And we'll see, you know, how much area we can cover. Actually, I'm going to run it through from the other direction first. That way when it comes out over here, I can run it down through these water lines that run down through the side. That way we can have that covered too. So I'm going to open these doors. And that way it can get fed through here. I'm going to pull it all the way through first. Okay, so I have a bunch extra up here. And I think what I'm going to do, since I'm not using the bottom section, I think I'm going to just run this back and run it around the water tank. Just for some extra heat. Now, I have enough that I can completely do the bottom pipe too down the road, but like I said, I only kept 24 quail to go into winter with. So like I said, I don't really need it. I can house what I need in these first two sections. So I'm just gonna keep the cable here on this water tank for now, and just, you know, give it some extra heat that way. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I've got the heat cable wrapped around the water pipes inside. Like I said, I just kind of serpentined it as I went. Also, I have it on the other side, or on the pipes that are running down the sides to feed all the water lines. I have it right here. I need to tighten that up a little. I'll go back through and pull that tight, but that'll keep everything warm. and hopefully prevent everything from freezing. So we'll see how this goes. I'll kind of give you an update a little later on. You know, give it a little time to work. We're supposed to have cold weather for quite a while. We don't usually have, our winters don't usually end until the end of April, beginning of May. So there'll be a lot of time to test this out. But these are the 2 modifications I'm doing to help winterize this HatchingTime quail cage. And if you like that, you know, stick around. There'll be more updates to come. Thanks. Have a good day.